a chance to get that done, or you still
No,
got the old
I
hard
still
drive in
I'm
there?
still I still got the old hard drive, but I've been thinking about doing it because they give you so much crap. Even with the games you save, it's hard, because there's not 500 gigs. Maybe that was good like 10 years ago, and now I don't think so.
Yeah, nowadays it's not much. I mean, the new thing that just came out is the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I don't know. I see people went nuts about it. I don't know. I haven't really seen much on it.
Yeah, it's like a half home console, half portable console. It's kind of like a mini tablet looking thing, kind of like
Yeah,
the Apple Mini, where you put like these two joysticks on each end. I think it was the company Nvidia released something very similar to it. I think they call it like the Nvidia Shield, which had the tablet in the middle and then like these joy connection pieces on each end. Really cool, but it was Android based, and there wasn't really any kind of like hot game that you needed to play on it. So I think that's why they went under. But Nintendo might pull it off, man. They got definitely some great
I saw
home.
everybody talking about how good Zelda is.
Yeah, well, that's really the only game that they have out for it. I mean, I think they have that Bomberman, this Switch 1-2 or something like that. I forget what it's called. And maybe like another handful of games, but really nothing hot like you're saying. Like this is top quality game.
Real quick, what are your thoughts if this isn't successful? You think Nintendo will ever release another console?
A
Now that
lot.
they're doing more, they release more app games. Like these two app games were somewhat kind of successful with the Mario and the
The
well, they didn't.
Pokemon
The
Go.
Pokemon, they have a piece of it. I don't know if they developed it.
Yeah,
They
they
got a
didn't
piece of
develop
it.
it. They
Yeah,
had a piece just because of the name.
yeah. So that's why I know the Mario. I haven't really heard much. I don't know how much money they made, but I think they consider it as a successful. So I don't know if they're gonna do more or not. But you think eventually they're gonna start releasing old games on apps, or they're gonna still push to the consoles? Because I think if this doesn't do good, I think they're done making consoles.
That's what the industry's kind of talking about or buzzing with. They're like, if this console doesn't really hit a home run or doesn't do well to kind of stand on its own 2 feet, they're thinking that that's it, man. They might just go to software based and then just license out their characters and just continue to be like a Crystal Dynamics, where they're the ones that develop the games
Yeah.
and then they get a publisher to put out their games.
It was weird. I saw Sony PlayStation tweet something out to him like, "Oh, it's time. Like it's time to play. Nintendo. Have good luck with the Switch and
Yeah.
let's play together or something." I'm just like, that's kind of weird. I wonder if they're like having talks about if this, or there's something in the works or some goofy thing.
Yeah, that's actually been something in the last couple of years where the competitors, where Microsoft will send out a tweet and be like, yeah, good luck on Uncharted, reviews look good, and about to play it myself.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kind of stuff like that, which is kind of weird. You usually don't see them, but I think it's to create like more like a friendly atmosphere, like, like we're not just competitive assholes. We're here, we're trying to support each other in this industry.
Right.
But yeah, going back to the Nintendo success, that's my feeling is that I don't think they'll get away from hardware. I think they'll give it maybe one more chance, because the other thing that that Nintendo has is they have a lot of money, man.
The Wii, man, the Wii made them a shitload of money.
Yeah. And even before the Wii, they really had like a treasure chest, literally, like to use Nintendo terms, full of money, man. They're one of very small companies, or a very small amount of companies that actually have tons of assets or money
Their
locked
library.
into the bank. Yeah,
The original Nintendo library or retro games, we call it whatever. That shit is worth a lot of money.
a lot of money. And not even just the potential money, like the theoretical money. Like these mics are theoretically $100. So if I put them on eBay, I can theoretically have $100. Nintendo has that with their licensed IP, but they also literally have millions of dollars in their bank, ready to use. And where some banks, sometimes they get loans from banks with projected earnings that they're going to have. So they don't they don't have that money. They just have a loan from the bank because they're projected to make that money. So that's not Nintendo's case. So I think to get back to the Switch, I think if they do fail with the Switch, I think they still have a chance to maybe make one more console. But I think they're getting to that point where they're like, yeah, we got millions in the bank, but that doesn't mean we want to lose it all. So as soon as we start seeing a downward trend, we might have to go to just software only.
That's the thing with Nintendo. Just real quick, they target casual fans. I don't know if that fan even exists no more because everybody's just hardcore gamer, either Xbox or PlayStation, and those two are it. And they're the ones. And the Wii was so casual, everybody's just like, oh, I swing, and it was like really just casual shit. And this is the Wii U. I think they tried a little bit more for the hardcore gamer, and it wasn't successful. And after this, I just don't know what they're gonna do if this is not successful. Because the Wii U, it's just call it what it is. It was, I don't want to say it was a failure. It just it didn't project, or it didn't do anything that they were hoping for.
Yeah, they weren't able to capture those third-party developers to come in and put that Tomb Raider game or to put, that third-party game onto their system. So, all they had left was a bunch of crapware and Nintendo software. So, yeah, I have a Nintendo Wii myself. Junior wanted one.
The Wii or the Wii U?
We got a Wii as well, and then we went up to get the Wii U because he wanted the Mario Maker and Yoshi, whatever, Wally Worlds or whatever it was called. Mm-hmm. So, and Splatoon was the other big one that he wanted.
Yeah, Splatoon is the only game I heard outside the Mario games. It's pretty popular.
Yeah. So, those were the only games that he got for Wii U, and just like you said, man, I don't think it met expectations from maybe hardcore fans. So only like the loyalists really got it, the loyal Nintendo fans, and it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough people out there to get it. We'll see how Switch does, man. I was actually at GameStop yesterday. We just kind of poked our head in there because we were walking in the mall, and the lady right away saw us looking at the Switch. So I was just kind of glancing at it. I wasn't really interested in really even buying it or anything. And she's like, oh, just want to let you know, if you bring your Wii U in, we're offering a guaranteed $150, I think it was, for your trade-in for your Wii U. And I'm like, wow, $150 for it? Which to me is a lot. I mean, because the system, I think, is like $250. So, I mean, you're giving me $150 for it. That's great. And he's just like, yeah, and you bring your games in, there's a 50% markup. So if they would give you regularly $10 for the game, they'll give you $15 for it. That sort of thing. So she's just like, yeah, if you bring in your games and everything, you have a couple games. He's like, you could almost get the console for free because the console is only $300, the Switch thing. So it got me more intrigued in it than I was prior. And then Junior, right now, since he's kind of YouTube-less and Wi-Fi-less, I don't think he's seen the hype of everybody, like, oh, this Switch thing, Switch. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, man. But right now, the only game out there that's even worth talking about is that Legend of Zelda.
That's the only thing I see people talking about.
The Breath of the Wild or whatever it's called. So I don't think that's Junior's kind of game. So I don't see him sort of
Junior
industry.
On this one. That's not my type of game either.
To me, I love the Zelda games, man. And that's really... I buy these systems, Andy, for him, but secretly it's for me to play Zelda on them.
I just want to play the new Zelda.
Yeah. So I still want to keep his Wii U secretly just because I want to play that the Twilight HD remix, and then they also made a Wind Waker remix. So I wanted to keep it just for that. That's why I was just like, it doesn't matter that the Wii U got discontinued. I could still play my two Zelda games, but... I don't know, man. If they got this good deal, man, I might just trade it in, get that Switch for Junior, and be like, yeah, Junior, yeah, cool Switch. Yeah, too bad you don't got no games for it, but I'll play that Zelda. Keep it busy for you until the Mario games come out. So we'll see. But quickly jumping into this article, Andy, man, talking about the ecosystem and all that stuff, man, it was kind of shocking to me to see that Subway, man, a place that, to me, I know it's not super healthy. It's
they
probably
pride themselves on being healthy.
Yeah. That's what I was going to get to. Is that to me, it's not super healthy. I know it's some processed food in there, But to me, in my eyes, if you give me Subway and McDonald's, Subway is the healthy alternative. It's the healthier place to go eat.
Right.
But to find out that 50% of chicken tested there, that only 50% of it had chicken DNA in it, and the other 50% was an unknown source of other meat or other, fillers. Yeah. To me, it was kind of shocking, Andy, man. I don't know what you feel. I don't know if you eat Subway that often or.
So what we're getting at Subway, everybody knows Subway. They have remember when their $5 sandwiches were popular? They have a chicken sandwich on there, like a grilled chicken breast sandwich. And the CBC up in Canada, or the Canadian Broadcasting System, or Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, sorry, they decided to they claimed to be 100% chicken, white chicken, so let's go look at it. They did a test, and they found out that only 50% of the chicken at Subway, which was the lowest score.
Yeah, because that was the other thing. Yeah. They also tested Wendy's, McDonald's.
They tested Wendy's, Tim Hortons up in Canada, A&W, but the Subway's results was the most surprising because they pride themselves on being the alternative, the happy to your fast food, and they found out 50% of it was actually chicken DNA, and the rest was soy fillers.
Well, they're thinking it's soy filters. They didn't really even say it, but I think Subway, to kind of throw a spin and kind of do some quality, or what do they call that? The marketing control or whatever. They started we use a lot of soy fillers for our foods to kind of keep the texture and the moisture and the whatnot. So I don't think a lot of people know that. That's why, I don't know if you've noticed, for even chicken nuggets at McDonald's and other places, they've kind of really stressed, the all 100% white meat, because a lot of places do use fillers for chicken, and they put stuff in there to kind of, just fill it in and not really put 100% of chicken.
Yeah, so like you said, in Subway's case, the university concluded that the restaurant bolsters its chicken products with soy fillers. They were so shocked by that, they went and got more just to maybe this is just an error, and they came back again. And following the study, they contacted the 5 restaurants, all claimed to use 100% white meat, but they did admit that they use soy as a stabilizer. So their Subway Canada cannot confirm the veracity of the results of the lab testing you had conducted. So they're not denying it. They're just saying we can't confirm that. So, but kind of shocking. Well, not shocking. I mean, it's processed food. I mean, I can't imagine what their ham and all that other stuff, the roast beef. I mean, when it's a $6 sub or whatever in Canada, I think it's like $9 because whatever it is up there. But it is what it is. I'm not saying I'm shocked, but it's processed meat.
Well, the other thing is that even the competitors, like we mentioned, Wendy's, McDonald's, the Canadian Tim Hortons, their tests came with 85 to 90% using chicken, and the rest were fillers for them.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a huge jump. I mean, going from 90% all the way down to 50% of only having chicken in it, man. To me, that's really surprising. Even though, to me, to be honest, I don't really like the chicken at Subway.
Yeah, I thought it was. I had it a couple times, but I'm just like, man, this is just weird. I don't know. I just did not like it. I never really have. I would rather get an Italian or ham and cheese or some shit like that. But yeah, the chicken never. I'm afraid once in a while I used to get the tuna salad or seafood or whatever, and I'm shocked to see what the hell's in that. Yeah. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm usually a cold cut trio kind of guy. I like getting those deli meats and with some cheese and a bunch of veggies.
Once in a while, you get the steak, or when they had the arrachera for a while.
Big spender, man.
They had the chipotle sauce, so chipotle, and I think it was like $6, $6.75.
Premium, man.
Man, hell yeah, only the base, but apparently this don't get the chicken.
They just put fregadura in there?
They just put that sauce. I'm like, whoa, easy on the sauce. He's just dousing it in there. Like, dude, I want to taste the meat, man.
So, man, for all you Subway eaters out there, I know it's processed food when you really get down to it. But I know a lot of people that eat Subway, in lieu of eating Wendy's